of how to make a steamboat of your own out of recycled materials that you might have around your house. So I thought we would just kind of go step by step, and I'll just sort of show you how I did this, and then this is something that you can do together with your family and your grown-ups, older siblings or younger siblings at home. So what I did was I took just a plain tissue box, okay, so a lot of people will have these around the house, and you can cover this with paper. What I did is I covered it with some black construction paper. So you just want to get your box covered with a solid color, kind of like what I've already done here with the one that I've got done, and just get it all covered. You can use tape is a really easy thing to use that's what I did. I just taped the paper as I cut it, and you're going to need some scissors, okay? And you're going to need to be careful and have a grown-up with you if you're younger. This is something for you to practice and do all on your own with the help of a grown-up. So what I did was I taped different pieces around as I wrapped my Kleenex box with the black paper. And then I actually, here in the middle where I have this tube sticking out, I just kind of cut out right here, and you can get a grown-up to kind of help you. I left this perforated part here, and I just sort of just kind of poked here and made a little hole right there so that my tube would just kind of stick in there, and it gives it a little space for it to kind of fit in. So that's something that I did with that one, okay? So it'll kind of stick there, but you can make that anywhere on the box that you like, okay? So that's how that got on there, and then I just covered the paper around that. So everybody's got toilet paper tubes. That's what we have over here. We've got a bunch of these. That is another simple thing that you can recycle, and it's fun to make lots of different crafts out of those. The other thing that we most likely have is some aluminum foil at home. So I just took some foil. Again, that's a little sharp edge, so you just want to be careful with that, okay? Get somebody to help you if you're a little bit younger. But I'm just going to take my tube, and I just rolled it in the paper, in the aluminum foil, and it just makes it look sort of like a steel look, okay, for a steamboat. And that goes right in there. So that's how I did that part, okay? And then I have a straw. So if you have some plastic straws at home, or you could add another tube on here if you wanted to have more than one sticking up. But I cut a straw about this size here. So I just took my scissors and cut the straw any size that you want. And here I actually use, now if you have hot glue, if you have a hot glue gun, again, we want to stay safe with this, but that is what I use to kind of glue that down so that it would stay pretty well. But you can use tape too. If you have some thicker like masking tape or even the duct tape, you could tape that around there because you may not have a hot glue gun. Or you can try using just some regular glue or some tacky glue. Those are going to be stronger and have that stick a little bit better on your box, okay? So that is just another place where steam can be coming out from the steamboat. And the steam, of course, that we have here is made out of cotton balls. So here's another simple thing that you're going to have at home, most likely, and you can just kind of pull the cotton. So that's what I did. I just sort of pulled it apart and stretched it out so that it would make like what looks like steam coming out of the flute there. And this one is just a smaller, like it took a little piece of cotton off and then stuck it through my straw that I cut. So you can just kind of twist that and stick it down in there, and it will stay all by itself. Okay, so that is how we created those looks on the steamboat. The other thing I did was I added the paddle wheel in the front, And that is just, I took 3 tubes, some more toilet paper tubes, so start collecting those if you don't have any, and then you can do this craft. But we're just going to cut them in half, okay, like this. And you can do as many as you want. I just did 3. And they're going to be kind of curved, so I kind of just tried to stretch them out a little bit and flatten them. And then what I did, you can even turn them. See how they're curved this way? If you turn them this way and fold them. But I sort of folded them in half. Okay, so you take each one and just fold it in half, sort of like that. Then we're going to connect them with a pipe cleaner, okay? So here's some pipe cleaners. These are another thing that are pretty easy to get. These are all good things that you can find at probably your local dollar store, okay? So find some cheap things there to do some crafts with. But what I did was I took them all and just kind of folded them inside each other. And then I took a pipe cleaner and just wrapped it around. Okay, and then I'm going to twist the pipe cleaner ends here so that it connects them and keeps them together. And then you can just sort of fan them out like this once you get them attached. And it creates this effect of the paddle wheel on the front of the steamboat, or on the back. So then you would just attach it there like I've done here. And I used some glue. You can also use tape again, okay? So that's something that you're going to have at home that's easy to get. But that's going to be the idea there, okay? So that's going to be your paddle wheel on the front. And then you can take more construction paper, different colors. I used some tape that we have at the library, this washi tape. This might not be something that you have, but there's different colors that you can use. But you could also literally just cut other strips of colored construction paper and make different patterns on your boat. So I just added some red to the top, and then I added some yellow to kind of look like lights, maybe windows on the sides of the boat, like the light is shining through. So you could use some yellow construction paper on that part and some red or any other colors. Design it however you want. You can name your steamboat. You could put, a piece of paper on the side and write the name of it. Whatever you decide to name your boat.